Hello, hello.
Oh hi! Shit,
Yeah.
I was watering my gullet. Sorry, I was in the middle of watering my gullet and looking at my phone.
Are you ready? How are you feeling?
I mean, so I told this to Megan yesterday, and luckily it wasn't last night that I had this experience, but just about every night since we finished Echo, it was in my dreams. Either like the setting itself, or like I was like playing the game.
Yeah.
It was in my brain.
It's so good.
So I don't know if I've fully moved on yet. I don't know if I have enough room in my heart for Amicus.
Well, you never got like really attached to any of the characters in that like
Not
romantic
not
way, right?
especially, but all of them live in there, and that takes up a lot of space.
They've become your like friends.
Even TJ I care about.
You
And that
care
was-
about them as friends, but you're not like
I mean, I care about Chase sometimes.
sometimes, but not all the time.
Not all the time. It
Okay.
it definitely depends on which Chase.
You're not like me.
Oh, and like just deeply in love with Leo,
I mean,
who takes up
he's-
all the space in your heart, like every little nook and
He's-
cranny.
He's so good though.
I mean, he is a very good.
He
player.
treat me right.
I do like him, but just all of them, all those kids have a place somewhere. I can't say kids; they're like a little.
They're like all 20 or older.
Yeah, they're like a little bit younger than we are. It's fine, but no, I feel for them, and they're all in my heart, and I don't know. Amicus
Heart of
is
hearts.
in my hardest hearts, in my darkest darkness. Amicus is gonna have to work really hard to earn a spot in my heart.
Because this is more of just a straightforward romance.
Yeah.
It has really cool world building stuff. From what I remember, I've never finished this game, folks.
Okay.
This isn't like an Echo where I'd played all the routes. I never finished this game
Yeah, so
because I was like, I'm not feeling Amicus, and then I stopped playing.
see, and that could be an indication. I mean, we have different tastes.
No,
sure.
it's true.
But-
Mine's clearly superior because I like Leo,
Uh-huh.
and that's just
Uh-huh.
Leo's just the better boy. Okay, we'll click start to.
Oh man. I guess we're gonna do it, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. Nice. Hell yeah. We got there. It took 0.5 seconds. Let's go.
Oh my god,
Let's
I forgot
get it,
that was
boys.
the first line.
Let's get it, boys.
Like, oh my god. It's so large. It's too much. How do they get anything done? Sensing doubt. Shall we proceed with the directive, Amicus? Okay, you're gonna voice Amy.
Oh, this is a lot of pressure. I don't want to make people mad.
You're gonna voice Amicus.
What should I do? I don't know. Are you sure they're? No, he needs to to have a deeper voice.
I don't
just
know.
based
Well,
on what I've
just,
seen.
Just
of
do
him.
what you want,
I
and then
don't
like
know.
you can decide it again when you see his portrait, right?
I suppose so.
Right.
I suppose. I don't know. Are you sure they're level 5?
Data from mission 32, 65, 193 indicates a primal species with a level 5 intelligence and
Understood. Thank you.
most recent data indicates that all uplifted attempts failed.
That figures. Why did we try to uplift here in the first place?
Sensing doubt, shall we proceed?
Name of the planet?
Earth.
Location of Romanus Uplift?
The city of Rome, in the state of Italy.
Is the probe there?
It has arrived.
Give me a visual. Zoom in. That doesn't look like a Dastra at all.
Reminder that uplift failed. Ruins of of uplift attempt remain.
Show me the ruins.
Showing the Roman Forum. Sensing doubt.
Shut up, please. What the hell are they even saying? That's not the language. It's all messed up.
Sensing.
That creature, there.
They are called humans.
Get closer. It's a human?
Collecting data. He appears to be a young male human.
Initiate landing sequence.
Have you located the directive?
Yes.
Warning that full Nexus analyst is incomplete.
Now, please. We cannot waste time outside of the stretch drive.
Initiating landing sequence.
I kind of imagine the computer having the Karen voice from SpongeBob. Initiating landing sequence.
Oh my god.
That New York-ish, that accent that I just don't know what it is. I guess.
Terrible. It's hard to believe that I'm actually here. After years of fantasizing about it, I'm in Rome. I've been bouncing around with my friends like an idiot all day. Yeah, I look like a total tourist, but this is what I've been saving up for the past 2 years. A whole semester in Rome with a study abroad program. All the conversations I've had with my parents about what a waste of money it would be evaporates from my brain as I take in the view.
What's supportive parents?
I mean, but it's like what he said. It's Greece, right?
Rome.
Rome. That's not. Well,
They're very different.
Yeah, those are in Italy. Wow, they're the same thing.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I would call them the same thing because
No.
they're not.
Yeah,
They
like,
both got pillars.
They're
it's
not
fine.
like. I don't even know where Italy is on a map.
It's the boot.
I know it's the boot. I know the shape, but I couldn't point to you where it is on a map.
You absolutely could. Italy, the country. If you looked at a map and saw the boot, you would know where Italy is. Okay.
World map. Okay.
Okay. I have a globe right over
Shut
there.
up.
All right. You have to zoom in because it's a tiny boot.
But that's what I
it's-
mean. Like, if I'm not up close, I can't recognize. I don't know where it would be.
Well, it's Europe. That's
yeah. So
easy.
like, this area, right?
It's smaller than that. Europe, because Asia, Russia is technically part of Asia. Just pinch it. Just zoom it. Zoom.
Oh, I can't because I'm not viewing the image itself.
Damn it.
Yeah. Right. Can't I? Fuck you.
Then you do, or you do have
No.
to do this. Visit, or you hold it down now.
Fuck you. I'd have to download the image.
It's the boot. It's so easy. Come on.
Is that it?
You're like pointing in the right area, but it's definitely very small on this map.
Okay. Where's
not-
Greece?
Greece is more to the left, I think, because it's part of the Mediterranean.
What? I don't know where the Mediterranean is.
The Mediterranean is the sea that's by Italy, I think. Fuck.
Like this area?
Like yeah, like this whole little business, right? There it is. See, Italy, and there's Greece right there.
Oh, okay.
You can't point to Greece on a map very easily, but Italy, if you see it with enough distinguishable detail, you can tell it's Italy. But they're like right there. So like Rome was like, yo, Greece, we got you. We gonna pull you into this. Because Rome was like all of this.
It's
for
too
a long
clustered,
time.
but different things that don't matter.
Oh my god.
Like, this is why U.S., right?
Yeah,
it's
easy.
just the U.S.
Large, Canada, humongous.
Well, that's our hat.
Yeah, that's true. This is fact.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I mean, U.S. is divided up into 50, like, areas that are all named, that are hard to name.
I can't name, like, more than 7 states.
True. The ones that matter.
It's the only ones that
The
matter.
only ones that matter.
We only have a few hours, so we move from the forum to Palatine Hill. Then finally to a nearby disco, okay, where I get a little drunk. Before I know it, it's 2 in the morning, and somehow my friends and I are able to stumble to a taxi that takes us back to our apartments. I walk unsteadily through the darkness, and glad that I have a place to myself for now. Apparently, my group of was the first to arrive, and my assigned flatmate won't be here for a few days at least. I open the door to my room and move my hand along the wall. I stumble in, then sit on my bed, bouncing happily for a moment. I think about going out onto the balcony, but I've been walking all day, and it feels too nice to be sitting down. Plus, excuse me. Plus, it might not be a great idea considering the state I'm in right now. Still, just knowing the magic of the city is just something my window is going to make it hard. Wait, just outside my window is going to make it hard to sleep. I sigh happily and look around my little room. Actually, I'm told that it's kind of big by the city standards. It's still a little bare since I just moved in today. He's got a lamp.
It's a weird little lamp.
He's got a lamp.
Ooh. You got a chair, a bedside table, and that bed.
Or is it a mini fridge?
No, it's brown. I don't know if mini fridges are typically brown.
It can be whatever color you want. Your mini fridge could just be an Xbox Series X.
It's really true, though. You could put them side by side, and you wouldn't fucking know the difference.
I'd be like smacking the disc into
into the fridge. Maybe if I open the door and put the disc in, it'll work.
Fuck. Whoops. It's fine.
It's great.
I'm basically just dropping my suitcase next to the bed before running out again. I glance at them, but decide I'm way too tired right now to unpack, even in my pajamas aren't. Even if my pajamas are in there. It's fine if I just laying on top of the covers. I'll get it tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll just lay back, smiling in the afterglow of today's excitement. And tomorrow, I'll get to see even more. Damn it, I need to calm down. No way I'm gonna have all the energy I'll need tomorrow if I'm up all night. I've got a whole semester, and on top of that, school doesn't actually start for another 2 weeks. There's plenty of time. Just relax for now and enjoy it. With that thought in mind, I start to drift off. Something moves. I lay there in the dark, wondering if I'd dreamed it. I had been dreaming, even though I can't remember exactly what it was about. Something about a portal, maybe. I listen for a while, and there's no other sound, just the occasional soft whoosh of a car passing by outside my balcony. I shift around a little. The suffocating humidity is making the sheets stick to my skin, and I wonder if maybe there's a fan in the closet. Oh, you would need like a dehumidifier here, wouldn't you?
Probably. I mean, you know, if that's a thing.
Or it's the perfect humidity.
Or that, and he's just sensitive to, he's just like can't do too. I mean, when it's too humid, I do have a hard time sleeping. I hate feeling gross when I'm sleeping.
I mean, no matter what, the experience of sleeping is gross. So it's just kind of like...
I don't know, man. I kind of really like it. It's just so comfy.
Like, I've never woken up happy. Like, I've never, like, woken up and been like, that felt great. It's always like...
I have to will my body to move now. I could have just stayed up and avoided this. No. I mean, I have before. Like, some days I'll wake up and my body will feel, like, tip top. Like, I'll wake up, like, right at the shallowest part of my REM cycle, and I'll be like, yes, I did it. And then I get up and I have so much energy and I feel pretty good.
No, I like have to roll out of bed, roll out of my room into the shower.
Yeah, roll into the shower, roll out of the bathroom. You just roll across the whole floor till you get to your desk.
Smack into the desk, just sit there.
And there you go. And then you slowly wake up. And then by 4 p.m. you're fully awake. and then
That's about right, though. Like, if I wake up and have to leave within, like, in 30 minutes to an hour after I wake up, I am asleep at the wheel. I am, like, half paying attention, just, yeah. I could crash.
but here we
Wouldn't
are.
that be exciting?
Wouldn't that be something?
I feel that, though.
Oh boy.
I finally sit up in bed, realizing that there's no way I'm going to fall back to sleep like this. I could at least try sliding open the balcony door, though I'm not sure that will do me any good.
Just bring in more humidity.
Whatever. Worth a try, I guess. I groggily slide out of bed and try to slide the glass door open, but it doesn't budge. I struggle for a few more seconds before sighing and moving towards the door to find a little light, the light switch. My feet slide along the semi-cool wooden floor, which feels great, while my hands stretch out in front of me, searching for the wall. Right then, I remember that I was awoken up by noises, and I imagine some intruder standing there in the dark, waiting for me to bump into him. Feeling the hair stand up on the back of my neck, I quicken my pace and find the wall, fumbling around until I quickly glance around the room, relieved that it's empty. My parents had warned me about the crime rate here. While the city is technically safe in terms of murder, robberies and muggings are apparently pretty common. I shrug it off at the time, but now that I'm alone, I make my way to the balcony, looking for the lock before finally seeing that there's a latch near the top of the door. I unhook it and slowly slide the door open. I'm disappointed to find that the air wafting from outside is almost as stuffy as the air inside.
Yup.
Still, I take the moment to stare out at the lights of the city for a while. Even though I'm more interested in the ruins, the city itself is undeniably beautiful. And nothing like my hometown. That's when I noticed that there's a strange smell in the air, like burning rubber. Rubber. I stick my head out a bit further, looking around for the source, but I see nothing. Maybe that's normal here. I look back at the clock on the wall. 4 a.m. Time to turn in for the day. 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Probably should get under the covers, you know.
Start to drift off maybe in an hour or so. Hell no, bro.
I shuffle back on the bed, realizing that I've left the light on now, once I've already fallen back first onto the covers.
You fool.
I sigh, and will myself to get up, but the tiredness has returned, and the heavy humidity is almost like a warm blanket pressing down on me. I close my eyes. I'll get up and turn it off in a second. I just need to rest my eyes for a bit. Just for a bit.
R.I.P.
Something moves again, and there's another smell in the air. A good smell this time. Something floral. It reminds me of lavender. And that's when something hard and sharp presses into my left eye socket just above the eye. It doesn't really hurt, but it shocks me awake.
What's up? He just is there.
It leans over me, something shiny in its grip, which it's pulling back from my head.
I've...
Duh. I kick out with both feet, hitting the thing leaning over me in its body.
Edible.
It lets out a surprised grunt, stumbling back and falling on its rear while I stumble back on my bed, pressing myself against the wall. Almost immediately, it scrambles back up, revealing its massive build and its muscular shape. He adjusts his cape and smooths down the fur before rubbing at his chest, giving me an odd look. Then he fixes a smile back on his face.
Ave.
I stare. That's all I can do is stare. He stares back at me for a moment, then clears his throat.
Ave, hello.
The space above my left eye throbs, and it sounds like I'm hearing two voices, two things at once from the same video.
So he's just speaking Italian. Potes intelligere? Do you understand?
Against the bizarre twitching in my eye, in my brain, and hearing two things at once, I feel like I'm going to be sick. The room shifts and swirls a bit, then slowly starts to settle again. The twitching of my head turns into a dull throb. I'm having a nightmare.
Do you understand me?
I stare at him, and he stares back.
Come, I don't know if this chip is working.
What? And the creature raises his hand and to its head, rubbing at it.
Well, he can speak, and it's translating. Can you understand me?
When am I going to wake up? He keeps staring at me, and automatically I respond to him. Yes?
Ah, good. Seems it's finally working now. They take a moment to adjust to the host brain.
I struggle to keep up with his words. I'm still hearing what he's saying. It's almost Italian with the inflections and the rolling R's, but at the same time, it's definitely not Italian. Still, I can understand what he's saying, like he's speaking my own language at the same time. It makes it hard to concentrate.
What is your name? Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, we have to pick?
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
there is a default name.
Okay.
You just have to push enter.
Okay. What's the default name?
Maybe we'll get there. So people told me they really wanted us to have the main character be named Darian.
Why? Why? But why though?
So that because they all assumed you would be voicing Amicus, which is fair. And they thought it would be funny if you had to be saying all the lovey-dovey lines,
That sounds
but addressing Darian.
That sounds awful. That sounds horrendous.
And so that you can like pretend that it's you, Amicus is like speaking to you.
That level of self-insert doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Like, I stopped using my name in like games when they ask you to like name yourself. Mm-hmm. I don't really do that very much.
Okay. So, Space Chase was one of them.
Space Chase.
A good patron that we all love said that he wanted us to name the main character Ian.
Oh, I see. I see now. He really wanted to really wants to be up in there, huh? His own game wasn't enough for him, I guess.
And another patron was, and I quote, "Don't you dare use the default name."
Wow, what's wrong with the default name?
Well, his expectant look almost forces the answer out of my mouth. Marco.
See, that's reasonable, I guess.
Have you seen like a blue cat in the Discord on occasion?
I have.
Yeah, his name's Marco.
Oh, true. That is true. Is that why people didn't want this? Because it's part of that comic of Marco and
Marty.
and Marty, yeah.
And Marty's the better of the two.
Right. The dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The better of the two.
He reminds me of Sam.
From Sam and Max?
Max.
Yeah. I kind of
like-
had the same vibe, too. Sam and Max would be fun to do.
They did re-release the first two.
That would be
movies.
lit.
We could.
We definitely could.
We should probably put that on a poll at some point.
I think so. So do we want to stick with Marco?
I'm sticking with Marco because it's the default name, and we've done the default names for like every other game.
It's kind of important, yeah. Sorry, chat. Sorry, fellas. Maybe next time. Maybe we'll get him next time. Marco, beautiful. I am Amicus.
The confusing double language I was hearing is starting to fade, and now my own language comes from his mouth. It's odd. The word's not quite matching up with his lips. What's even more distracting are the massive canines that continue to flash behind those lips. I see, like, canine.
Well, when he's talking, he probably opens his mouth.
Oh, fair. I need to get the hell out of here. Dream or not, I don't like the look of the teeth and claws on this thing.
Ah, is the lingua having troubles again?
I don't respond, instead glancing at the door, just to the right and behind this amicus. He frowns.
Calm, you told me they're level 5. I can't even speak with it.
It takes a moment to realize he's not talking to me. I hear a soft chatter coming from the wolf, like someone's talking to him from a phone, but I can't see anything.
Yeah? Well, he kicked me in the chest.
Amicus rubs his chest with a frown. More muffled speaking.
Of course I didn't. He just kicked me. He's looking at me like he has no idea.
More muffled speaking and interrupts him.
Oh, wait, what? Are you serious?
And now he looks pissed, and I press myself harder against the wall, trying to work up the courage to make a break for it.
How? Wait, so you're always offering me opinions on my mood, but you couldn't offer that?
More muffled babbling. But the wolf thing interrupts it with a snarl.
Well, what the hell do I do now?
His lips are drawn back, and now I get to have a real good view of those canines. He's fine. I stare wide-eyed at them, and that's when he seems to notice me again. He readjusts his expression into a smile, but I can still see a fang poking out.
Hey, listen.
Something about the way he acts, his expression, demeanor. He's so human.
Could you come with me outside for a quick moment?
For some reason, the realization of his humanness makes me absolutely positive that this is a dream. This must be a character from a game or a movie that I'd seen. I shake my head slowly at him.
Please?
Sure. I just stare, not waiting to wake up. I've had dreams where I couldn't wake up before. This is just one of those. I remember reading somewhere that if you aren't sure you're dreaming, you just plug your nose.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Like, I mean, doing something that, like, very clearly doesn't make sense in real life if you're, like, aware of it.
Oh man, so I usually don't like remember dreams, right? They usually like are a blur, and it's usually very mundane.
Yeah.
But I had this dream last night in which like I murdered people because they were annoying.
Okay. Alrighty.
The next day, like their limbs and bodies had congealed into like a ball of whatever.
Okay.
And they were like, "Fuck you, I'm your roommate now." And it was like really annoying because I would have to it would just roll and flop around everywhere, right? Just like of these arms and like limbs like all exposed. And like I would have to like mop up after him all the time because like he's just leaving blood everywhere like when he's rolling around.
What a time. What a dream.
And it's just like, it was so annoying when he took a shower. Because it's like, well, I have to wash up, like, I have to clean the tub.
Right.
In the shower. Like, what the fuck? And, like, I had to put a tarp over the couch. And, like, he's just sitting there watching TV. And I'm like, fuck you! Like...
What a dream.
It was the most, like, normal thing.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Okay, then.
It's just a ball of corpse limbs or whatever. Like,
you know, as you do. Very important.
very Katamari. Like.
Yeah. You
Just
start,
kinda just
you start rolling him around and go picking up more
Well,
people.
no, like he would do them. So, like, just roll around.
Just
whatever.
exists that way. That's very interesting. You should go get that dream interpreted. Let's see what they say about that.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. It was terrible, like, driving him to Walmart.
I bet. Get blood all in your car.
Right? It's, like, worse than the barbecue sauce. If you
God.
can still breathe, this is definitely a dream. But I remain frozen against the wall. The massive wolf sighs. Then his paws suddenly move to his wrists.
You gotta get the coating on the. Okay.
I only have a moment to see some sort of device with multicolored lights before he moves and my entire body seizes up and things go black.
He's like, I'm just gonna kidnap you anyway. Jesus,
Yeah?
bro.
Have you never seen all those images of, like, please kidnap me, and it's like a picture of Amicus?
No, I haven't seen those. I don't frequently look up Amicus art or follow people that post it.
Yet. My body feels strangely numb. It's like when I wake up with a dead leg or dead.
Yeah.
Okay, a leg or arm. Except right now, it's my entire body.
It's called being dead, Marco.
It's fine. We'll probably end the part here.
Okay.
You have fun. You got to finally meet Amicus. Is he the boy of your dreams?
It's a bad first impression.
But he just tases you and kidnaps you.
He breaks into your room, tases you, kidnaps you.
Yeah, hot.
Okay.
Like if it's a buff wolf man like that, that is.
I mean, I suppose so. You know, it really depends on what you want out of the deal. You know, it's like, you know, if it's for nefarious like organ harvesting reasons or slavery reasons, I might be a little opposed to that.
A little sussy.
A little sussy, but if it's like, yo, can I get your dick wet? I'll be like, we can talk.
Are you implying that like Amicus is the bottom?
I don't know. I know very little about Amicus so far.
Okay. Well, guess we'll find out next time.
I guess so.
We'll see you around, everyone.